You don't need rivals when your own speech is already sabotaging you. At this very moment, someone is assembling a case against you using sentences you casually released into the world. That harmless joke? Now it's proof. That private detail you shared? Now it's leverage. That vulnerable moment you thought was safe? It's their opening move. You assume words evaporate after they're spoken. You believe memories fade. You trust conversations too easily. That belief is one of the deadliest illusions of modern society. Careers have collapsed because of a single sentence spoken too freely. Empires have fractured because someone talked when silence was required. Friendships have disintegrated because discretion was abandoned. The ancient strategists knew what we've chosen to forget. Your mouth is not neutral. It is a weapon, often aimed at yourself. It exposes what should remain hidden. It signals weakness where strength should appear. It hands opponents exactly what they need to dismantle you. Niccolò Machiavelli devoted his life to studying power, and he uncovered a principle few can accept. Those who govern their speech govern their fate. Those who don't are consumed by their own voice. In the next few minutes, you'll uncover 10 psychological scenarios where your mouth quietly signs your execution order. These traps surround everyone. Only the disciplined notice them before damage is irreversible. If you are ready to regain control, write this affirmation in the comments. I speak only to win. Number 1. The fury disclosure. Anger functions like a truth drug. The moment rage takes over, your mental defenses collapse. Your mouth transforms into an open interrogation chamber. Every resentment you swallowed, every thought you concealed, every bitterness you buried, they all spill out unchecked. The person who provoked you isn't attacking, they're extracting. They've discovered the quickest method to access your unfiltered mind. While you feel morally justified, they're collecting data. They're learning exactly who you are when control disappears. Anger doesn't just expose you, it programs you. Once someone understands what ignites you, they can activate you at will. They can force errors. They can provoke self-destruction. They can ruin your credibility on command. Your fury becomes their switch. The danger isn't just what escapes your mouth, it's who records it. A momentary outburst becomes a permanent profile. A lapse in discipline becomes lifelong evidence. Machiavelli warned that command begins with self-command. If you can't restrain your words under emotion, authority will always escape you. Your rage isn't power, it's vulnerability dressed as strength. Those who dominate feel anger deeply and reveal none of it. They process it privately. They respond deliberately. They know today's explosion becomes tomorrow's ammunition. Drop this affirmation. My anger serves me. Number 2. The triumph exposure. Success doesn't just feel good. It alters perception. It dulls caution. It intoxicates harder than any substance ever could. The moment you start winning, something dangerous awakens inside you. Your ego demands to be seen, not respected, seen. You want acknowledgement. You want credit. You want proof that everyone else recognizes what you already believe about yourself. Validation becomes a hunger, and hunger makes people careless. That craving has destroyed more champions than failure ever will. Failure teaches restraint. Success whispers permission. When you're on top, you start explaining. You narrate your rise. You break down your methods. You turn victories into stories. And every story is a lesson, not for admirers, but for imitators. Every explanation of how you succeeded trains someone else to replicate you. Every insight you share becomes a schematic. Every strategy you casually mention prepares the world for your replacement. You think you're inspiring, you're actually educating your competition. Your desire to be admired quietly rewires your priorities. You stop protecting your edge. You start performing your intelligence. And performance always costs power. Your rivals aren't clapping when you talk about your wins. They're listening in silence. They're dissecting patterns, tracking decisions, noting timing. mapping behavior. They are not impressed, they're calculating. They aren't consuming your words as fans. They're storing them as future adversaries, armed with intelligence you volunteered. They know when you strike. They know how you think. They know what you value. And worst of all, they know what you won't shut up about. Machiavelli warned against honoring loyalty when it contradicts self-interest. Oversharing victories feels generous. It feels grateful. It feels human. But strategically, it's foolish. Your allegiance should never be to curiosity. Not even friendly curiosity. Your loyalty must be to what comes next. Masters understand this instinctively. They celebrate privately. They smile publicly. And they reveal nothing unless silence would cost them more than exposure. They understand a brutal truth most people reject. Mystery sustains authority. Explanation dissolves it. The moment people fully understand how you win, they stop fearing you. And when fear disappears, competition begins. Affirm this. Victory speaks silently. Number 3. The intoxicated confession. Alcohol doesn't create thoughts. It removes the locks. What discipline spends years building, alcohol dismantles in minutes. It shuts down restraint. It weakens filters. It convinces you that honesty is harmless. Each drink compromises internal security. Each glass lowers awareness. Each bottle turns you from a guarded individual into an open data source. You don't become relaxed. You become accessible. The most valuable secrets in the world aren't forced out through pressure or pain. They are poured out willingly, slowly, comfortably. Affairs are admitted between laughs. Fears slip out disguised as jokes. Plans are revealed under the illusion of trust. What would take years of observation, patience, and psychological profiling can be collected in a single night, if the environment is right. Manipulators understand this better than anyone. They don't argue. They don't interrogate. They don't rush. They create warmth. They create familiarity. They create safety. They keep glasses filled. They ask innocent questions. They nod. They listen. They stay sober, mentally if not physically. They remember every word, every hesitation, every emotional crack. You remember fragments. They remember patterns. Your drunken honesty becomes sober catastrophe. That vulnerable confession becomes legal leverage. That casual admission becomes professional ammunition. That moment of connection becomes a permanent liability. One evening of lowered defenses can erase years of careful positioning. Machiavelli warned rulers not to be ruled by their impulses. Intoxication is not relaxation, it's surrender. Be ruthless with yourself when alcohol tempts confession. Not because connection is wrong, but because the cost is asymmetrical. Short-term bonding creates long-term exposure. Temporary closeness invites permanent consequences. The wise drink selectively or abstain entirely when stakes exist. They understand that in a world filled with recording devices, screenshots, and selective memory, every intoxicated word can be replayed without your consent. Clarity isn't cold. It's protection. Affirm this. Clarity is my power. Number 4. The pressure exposure. Stress doesn't change who you are. It removes what you pretend to be. As pressure increases, illusions collapse. Polish fractures, composure thins, masks crack. What surfaces in those moments is rarely strength. It's impulse. And impulse is exploitable. Pressure creates urgency. Urgency creates desperation. And desperation invites confession. Under strain, people begin to talk, not strategically, emotionally. They admit they're unprepared. They confess uncertainty. They reveal fear, doubt, and internal chaos. They believe they are releasing tension. They think they are being honest. They assume vulnerability earns understanding. In reality, they are broadcasting weakness. They are announcing limits. They are outlining stress points. They are drawing targets on themselves. The most dangerous disclosures don't happen in public confrontations. They happen in private moments, with people you trust. Family hears about your instability. Friends learn where you're struggling. Colleagues discover what you can't handle. Each admission feels harmless in the moment. Each one becomes stored leverage. Today's venting becomes tomorrow's advantage for someone else. Your breaking point isn't authenticity, it's exposure. While you focus on releasing pressure, others are quietly increasing it. They take notes. They adjust tactics. They wait. Machiavelli understood this dynamic deeply. Respect doesn't disappear because someone struggles. It disappears when composure collapses publicly. Those who fracture under pressure inspire neither loyalty nor fear. They inspire doubt. And doubt is fatal in hierarchies. Pressure itself is not destructive. Pressure is neutral. Reaction is what destroys. Those who panic reveal themselves. Those who complain disqualify themselves. Those who confess eliminate themselves. The disciplined do something different. They absorb pressure silently. They process privately. They respond deliberately. When you master your response, pressure becomes a filter. It exposes who can't handle reality. It eliminates competitors without you lifting a finger. Pressure doesn't break leaders. It reveals them. Affirm this. Pressure builds diamonds. Number 5. The compassion trap. Elite manipulators almost never confront you directly. Direct attacks trigger defenses. They prefer a softer entry. They don't arrive as threats. They arrive as victims. They appear wounded, overwhelmed, misunderstood. They don't demand power. They borrow it through sympathy. What you're seeing isn't weakness. It's positioning. They perform vulnerability with precision. Every detail curated. Every emotion placed deliberately. Nothing excessive. Nothing messy. While you feel useful, they feel informed. While you feel trusted, they're collecting data. Sympathy quietly reverses the power dynamic. You stop evaluating. You stop guarding. You stop filtering. You lower defenses. You share context. You explain decisions. You reveal motives. You think you're helping. You're actually disclosing. Authentic vulnerability is uneven. It stumbles. It contradicts itself. It doesn't land cleanly. Strategic vulnerability is smooth, polished, emotionally efficient. Learn to recognize the difference. The most dangerous people don't overshare. They share just enough. Their stories sound sincere. Their pain feels relatable. Their timing is perfect. The cleanest sob stories often belong to the most calculated players in the room. Your empathy becomes their advantage. Your openness becomes their leverage. Your compassion becomes their access point. Every secret you offer to help becomes future intelligence. Every weakness you reveal in solidarity becomes stored ammunition. True strength doesn't require emotional exposure. It assists without explaining. It supports without confessing. It listens without volunteering vulnerabilities. Compassion without boundaries is not kindness. It's negligence. The disciplined help carefully. They give resources, not insight. Support, not access. Aid, not ammunition. Affirm this. I help without revealing. Number 6. The intelligence marketplace. Information is currency. Every secret has value. Every opinion trades influence. Most people trade poorly. Information flows upward. Betrayal flows downward. Collectors gain power. Distributors lose it. Every group has brokers. They seem trustworthy. They harvest relentlessly. The danger isn't gossip. It's what gossip proves about you. Every secret you spread confirms your unreliability. Machiavelli warned against idealism in a world ruled by reality. Become a listener, not a supplier. Affirm this. Secrets flow to me. Number 7. The authority test. Power doesn't seek fairness. It tests obedience. When challenged, explanation feels natural. It's also fatal. Authority interprets defense as weakness. Most conflicts are evaluations. Emotional response fails the exam. Results speak louder than justification. Machiavelli understood power operates beyond morality. Comply strategically. Perform exceptionally. Affirm this. Results prove everything. Number 8. The revenge disclosure. After betrayal, secrets feel explosive. Releasing them feels righteous. It's reputational suicide. Everyone watches how you exit relationships. Your retaliation becomes a warning label. Silence preserves future leverage. Revealed secrets vanish. Retained secrets compound. Affirm this. Silence is my revenge. Number 9. The insecurity performance. Doubt fuels overcompensation. You explain too much. Name drop excessively. Interrupt unnecessarily. Confidence doesn't announce itself. Your performance reveals what you lack. Insecurity makes you predictable. True value doesn't rush recognition. Number 10. The commitment trap. Promises substitute reality. They delay consequences. Briefly. Each promise accrues interest. Broken commitments destroy credibility. Machiavelli warned against building on hope. Deliver more than you declare. Your mouth has been undermining you for years. Every conversation is a battlefield. Every sentence a strategic choice. Victors aren't louder. They're disciplined. Words shape fate. Silence preserves power. True authority whispers. Weakness shouts. Your future depends on mastery. Choose carefully.